Did you know the only difference between us and a skeleton is that we are gift wrapped in flesh? Did you know the only difference between us and a skeleton is that we are gift wrapped in flesh? You open us up and you will either discover a gift of life or the gift of death. The Reaper calls some of us to an early grave. For me, death covered my bones like confetti, masking my decay. But my demise, it was never delayed. My insides were like an apple core. My seeds compromised, labeling me corpse. My flesh suit would soon seduce me into sin. And every time it did, I would hide for a long time, with no plans on seeking God. I dug myself into a hole because I ain't whole. I'm losing hope, hoping that the ground would cave. But God chose to pull me out anyway. He said, my beloved, you have no business in the grave, because there's more opportunity for you in my grace. I said grace. Because speaking of grace, there wasn't much given to girls like you and me. Because we weren't who they liked or who they wanted us to be. So I asked, what does it mean for me to be a woman then? Just to get asked to the altar. Do I have to be altered, cut, shaped, ripped, torn, sewn by the machine called culture? Do I have to be BBL or be a bad Barbie girl in a Barbie world, wrapped in plastic? Even though it is not fantastic, at least I'd be liked. But our likes don't equate to our lights. In me gaining the world, it will be my plight until I realized that I was fashioned for God and his original design, to be fearfully and wonderfully made in his sight. That's why I'm able to stand here before you today, not off my own strength, but off the strength of the one who has called me by name. He has called you too. You've heard it in the distance. It's distinct, different. You being tuned into this channel of life has not been brought to you by coincidence. You were orchestrated like a symphony. A lot of moving parts just to create one piece. Yes, you are a woman, but you are more than what you think. You are more than hips and thighs, and even though those save lives, you also can produce life. Some of us can make magic out of bedheads and become Picasso to barefaced canvases. This is a candid moment. When you go home, I want you to look in the mirror and say that I am loved by God, that I am a woman of vigor and valor, that I will not settle for less because I am worth higher standards. I am worth more than rubies, and even a bust down because I am more pressure than diamonds. And you can call me a sun flare the way my light be shining. And I know being a woman, it is not the easiest thing in the world. But when you get out of bed, make sure you do it for the little girl, the one that calls you mommy, or the one that steals on the inside of you. Know that your past has already been defeated. So go and be free. And be the woman that God has called you to be.